Hi guys, today we are going to design a cute little centerpiece using this foam sled. This sled came from Craftex down in Houston. They do ship. I think you have to have a minimum order to ship, but they do have them. And so this is going to be what we're going to use as our base. So I have just a couple blocks of foam that we're going to be putting down in here, and that will give us something to attach our picks and sprays to. So this design, we're going to be using our cute little presents that we made on our bonus tutorial. So if you haven't got a chance to watch that, go check it out. So we'll definitely use one, maybe two. We'll see how the design goes. But let's get started. So first I want to take this foam block and I'm going to add a little bit of batting around it. So you can use the fake snow. I'm just going to use some batting, just some craft batting. And just kind of put it around, and that'll just help kind of hide. It's just going to help kind of hide the sides of our foam so that you won't really see it. So this is just kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to use my glue gun on the sides, add a little bit of glue, and just stretch that batting over there. Now I'm not going to add too much glue because as we're poking things through here, we want to be able to get our picks and sprays through. And sometimes if you put too much glue, it makes it hard to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to take off some of this excess that we don't need. So we only really need it around the sides just to kind of help hold that. Hide the green foam. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of super glue down on the bottom. And then I'm going to add some hot glue to my foam. And we're just going to set that down in there like that. Okay, so that's going to help give us our base, and we can adjust this, add more snow later if we need to. But for now, I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little bit. Okay, so we'll let that glue start drying in there. Now I'm going to take a longer pine spray. This one I actually got, it's a Michael's spray, and it's got some taller branches. Now this is going to be primarily front facing, so I'm just going to take and start clipping these off into little pieces. So we've got some little pieces. We ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces after I cut it all. So I want to start back here in this back corner. And let's add one right in there. So I'm just going to dip it in my glue pot and add that back there in the back corner. Okay, and I want this one to go here in this corner, but I don't want it as tall as that one. It's going to kind of transition down this way. So this is going to be shorter down here. So let me cut this. And now we'll have this one here, and you can see it's going to be shorter. Okay. do one right there. It's going to be just a little bit shorter, but still has some height on it since it's up this side and we're going down. So let me just cut it just a tiny bit. I'm going to put it right in there. So this is what we have so far. Okay. And we're going to do one probably right here. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I think before I put this piece in, let's hold on to that. Let's add our big presents, because that's going to take up a lot of our room. And then we can use the greens to kind of fill in. So I'm going to put this present towards the back. And our little thing is moving on us, so let me add some glue. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this other one before we get started. Let's let that dry for a second. I think I want it like right there. So let me get some glue on our stick there. I'm just going to kind of push it down in there ever so slightly. And we'll adjust these as we start adding stuff. Kind of want it to lean back just a tiny bit. Okay. Let that one dry just a hair more. And I think I want to go ahead and clip this just so it's not quite as high. And I'm thinking this present's going to go kind of like that. I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some glue down there. I'm not going to pull it back out just because this stem is still drying. Okay. And now I'm going to add a little bit of glue in between, just holding those two together. Just kind of holding those two together. Perfect. So this is what we have so far. Super cute. Okay. Now I have this star ornament that I thought we would add if it's not too big. This also came from Craftex. How cute is that? So if it's not too big, we're going to add this in here, which I think we can make it work. It's just going to kind of go right in the center of those presents. Right down in there like that. Super adorable. So what I want to do is, let me see if I can get a little dowel just straight up through this ornament, because it is foam. And that way we have something to kind of stick down in that foam and help hold it. We're going to glue it as well. Perfect. give this a bend, just a little bend. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that. And then I'm gonna add some glue right here on the side to hold this ornament to the sled. And then we'll add a little bit of glue back here to hold it to this present. So I'm just going to hold it there for a second. I had 2 of these. We might add one to the back, we'll see. Let's take it out and let's just see if we want to add one on the other side, or just leave the one. I actually think that would be cute to kind of have it hang off, or we could even put it kind of like it just hanging off right there. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can get my little pick in this part down here. Or my little, these are just little skewers, like cooking skewers. Things you make like kebabs on. So I'm just going to push that into the foam. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of glue just to make sure that doesn't come out. And then let me see if I can get this placed where I want it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue, holding that to the sled. And then we'll add a little bit of glue, holding this to the ornament. Let's turn it back around. Okay. Now let's see, I'm thinking about adding maybe a small bow. I don't know. I don't want it to take away, but I think we might need like a little small bow right here in the front. So I have this 2.5 inch, and then I have this 1.5 inch. We'll just make a small little bow. So I know I don't want my tails very long. So I'm just gonna pinch it, make a loop. Make another loop. Make sure my loops are the same size. This one needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Get my better pair of scissors here. So I'm just going to cut that. We can trim it once we get it in there. Take a 1.5 inch, I'm going to pinch it, make a loop, square or bigger. Okay. And let me get a pipe cleaner. Tie this off. Okay. And let me see where I want to place this. Okay, I'm going to take and wrap it around a little dowel. Okay, so I've just wrapped that around there. Cut the excess off. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. We'll let that dry for just a second. Put my ribbon up. You don't have to add the bow. Totally optional if you just wanted to design it without ribbon. It's pretty either way. Okay. So I want my bow to go right in here. So I'm going to kind of come to the side of this foam. And just push it in. Okay. And now I'm going to cut my tails. We don't need them that long. Just do my dovetails. Now we have our cute little bow off to the front of the design, just like that. Okay. We can always turn around and maybe put another one back here. Let me see. I think that would be cute. Let's do one more small bow, and let's just put it right here in this, covering up this little hole. Okay. So of course, I just put the ribbon up. Let's get it back out. I just usually design as I go, guys. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of an idea, but typically it's not all planned out. So that's why you're going to see me put stuff up, get it back out, because I changed my mind. It's about a good size. And let's do the 1.5. You guys know I'm not that good at hand bows, but I continue to practice, so hopefully we're going to get better one day. Make my little loop. And then make a loop again to the front and pinch. Okay. Get another pipe cleaner. And I'm going to need to get another, actually this may work, this little piece, just to tie it off. I'm going to need to get another dowel so I can wrap it around. And actually I'm going to use, so I've got this little, we're going to add these here in just a second. And I've got this little piece where it looks like a ball had come off. And it's white, so we're going to use this as our little pick, our little dowel that we're going to stick in there. So this will just make sure it's going to be sturdy enough. And it's stuck on. It may not be sturdy enough. I can't quite get it in the. There it goes. And now let's wrap this around there. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not trusting this. If I was able to get into that foam better, you could definitely use this, but let me go ahead and just grab a dowel. I'm going to add some glue on there. Glue is hot. Watch your fingers. It's stuck on, there it goes. So that glue we added in there, it was trying to hit that glue. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to do my dovetails. So I'm going to hit that with some glue down in there. Since I did not dip it in my glue pot, I'm going to add some glue down there on that stick just so it doesn't come out. Okay, so now we have a bow on either side. Super cute. Now we have these little ball picks. I'm going to see where I want to place them. I also have these little lollipop, peppermint lollipop picks, so we can definitely add some of these as well. These can go a little like towards the back since they're taller. Okay, so let me dip it in the glue pot. And I'm going to slide it right through and hit that foam. Got one right there. Let's do one kind of back this way. dip it in the glue pot. I have 4 of these, so let's see. This one I think we actually need to make a little bit shorter. See if I can pull it out without messing it up. There we go. So I'm going to cut this one just a little bit so that it's a little shorter than the other one. There we go. And I'm going to hit it with the glue down in there. Okay. Now let's add this one down. We'll make it shorter. And let's add it right down in here, front of the star. Perfect. I'm going to hit it with the glue. Okay, I have one more. So this is what we have in the front. So let me add just one. See if we want to add one back here. Thinking we add a small one. See if we want to go on that side or kind of right down by the bow. Or we can make it taller. Well, let me think. We could either do it taller, so if you guys like it better here, you could definitely do it there. We've got 3 though, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one back here. So I'm going to cut it shorter. So pretty already, and we're not even done yet. Okay. So now we have these little ornament balls. This actually might look, might look good back here. If I can get this string off my fingers. Okay, so we've got our little ornament balls there. I kind of want one in the center, but I think that big ball might be in the way. So we may have to cut that one off. I'm just going to pull this. I'm just going to pull this big one. We'll maybe use it down by the bow. Take this paper that's in my way off. I'm just gonna wrap this around there just to hold it together. Just making it work. It's the name of the game. Just gonna fluff my balls out. Okay. And this is gonna go right down in the center. I may have to use my scissors to get a hole started, since I don't have a lot of room to work with. I'm just going to use my scissors. Dip this in my glue pot. And then slide it down in that hole. If I can get it. There we go. Perfect. See if I can push it down in there just a hair more. Oh my gosh, how cute is that, guys? So cute. Okay, now we have this little red ball. We can use him maybe right up here up front. Just trim it down. I'm just going to glue it to the ball here because it's not going to quite hit the foam. I'm just going to glue it there to that sled. And then we'll glue it a little bit of the ribbon to it just so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So what we have so far. Okay, and now we're just going to, the last thing we're going to do is just kind of add the filler just to kind of hide some of the little holes that we have. We still have some of these pieces if we want to add in, but let me see. I'm gonna add a little bit of that and then put the glue down in there. So we've got a little bit of the greenery coming in there. Let me see if I can get some, find some foam. You want to make sure it's hitting that foam or it's just going to fall out unless you find a place to glue it. Sometimes you can attach them to the other picks and sprays too, and that'll help hold it. I'm going to dip it in my glue pot and I'm going to slide it down in there and glue it to the back of that star that we put there. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue and just hold it up against this star. Perfect. Do another little piece right there. Okay, we are almost done. So I had brought in these. I don't think, let me see. These make good little, because you can just pop them off like that. They make good little yeah, let's use some of these. So these we're just gonna glue. We're not gonna be able to hit the foam. We're just gonna have to have that glue touch some of our other pieces in there. So I'm just gonna pull these off and just tuck them down in there like that. That glue is hitting the side of the sled. Okay. Just work our way around. I'm not going to use the pine cone, so I can cut him off. Come on. There it goes. You can save the pine cones for another project if you want. I have a whole box of them, so I'm not going to save mine. Okay. Just being very generous with my glue, and then making sure when I tuck that in there, it's touching those other items so that it has something to glue onto. Stick one kind of white right there in the back. Working my way around. We got a hole right in here, so we definitely want to I think I'm going to go right in between this bow as well. Now we're going to hit right there. And then let's do one right here. And that'll close that gap between that star and our little present that we made. And now I need a spot right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, here's a piece, and tuck that down in there. And then we'll take a look and see how we're looking. Okay, I get one more. Maybe go right down in here, right behind the bow, in between that star. I like it, I like it, like it. So how cute is that? Super cute. I know it'll be hard probably for you guys to see the finished product on the video, but I will take pictures. Now I do see, we got like a little bald spot right here that I need a longer piece, I think, of that. So let me grab one more bush. And let me see. I think it needs to be, yes. Yes, that helps hold in our, I'm gonna add lots of glue. I don't know if I can hit the foam very well, but it's gonna be touching all these other things we've added in there. Perfect. There we go. I think we're done. You can do this in a different, let me turn this tail just a hair. You can do this in a different, you could do Candyland theme. Lots of different ways you could do something like this. But here we go. And we used our little handmade attachments that we made on our bonus tutorial using our air dry foam clay. So it turned out super cute. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.